Hey Wonder Kid, it's FIFA Expert, and today we are back with some more Project London, and this is the beginning of Season 2 of this career mode. Now honestly, I feel like I haven't been doing Project London enough justice. I haven't really prioritized it as much as I have Giovanni da Silva. I feel like it took us a bit too long, just a little bit too long to get into Season 2, to get into the Premier League where I feel the career mode is going to be a bit more interesting. Maybe that's why I kind of skimmed past the championship in the last episode, because I really wanted to get to the Premier League as soon as possible, because I felt that's when the career mode would get a little bit more interesting. But anyway, in background you're just gonna see footage of some more of the important stuff that we did at the start of the season. For example, just looking at this kid Santi Moyano, he does have some promising potential. He is an exciting prospect. We do end up sending him on loan. And speaking of transfers as well, I did kind of decide to sign Ryan Sessegnon. Now the funny thing about me signing Ryan Sessegnon was that I wanted him to be a fullback, like a left back, someone a bit faster, someone to help out Livramento. But then when I wanted to change his position from left wing back to just full on left back, it kind of didn't go as planned, if you get what I'm saying. So then in the end, I just decided not to make him away, so I just decided to turn him into a central attacking midfielder. And it only takes 4 weeks to convert him there. And he is the type of center attacking midfielder that I want. A midfielder with a bit of pace who can run in behind Adeyemi. Adeyemi could make like a dummy run, and then he will just take advantage and run into open space that Adeyemi can create with his false runs. But now the problem with having a 4-3-3 formation, which is the formation that we are doing, we're no longer doing a 4-4-2, we're doing a 4-3-3 attack. The problem with that is Fry is actually going to be left out because Adeyemi is younger and he has more growth in him and he has the higher potential. But another player that I did want to sign for the squad was Rodrigo, just a bit of quality, just a mid-tier player who has the potential to become world-class, just to help us maybe even make through to like a European spot, and to make sure that I actually had a left back, because I thought the left back was a priority. I did sign Nuno Mendes. But yeah, as I was saying about Rodrigo, I just wanted a winger who could like cut inside and just take shots, who has that finishing ability, and who can dribble as well. But yeah, this is the look of the squad. Unfortunately, Livramento has been injured since last season, but I think that Villalba and Clifford will hold on to that right back position really well while he is gone. And of course, our first game of the season is going to be against Liverpool. It's going to be the first game of the episode, and our second game of this episode is going to be against Tottenham Hotspurs, and it's going to be directly after the Liverpool game. But I think it's about time we get into things. We just get into a press conference, our first press conference as a Premier League manager. Now of course there are other things that we could honestly talk about. I might even pop in a few storylines here and there during these types of press conference things, but I honestly feel like storylines are more for the next episode, if you get what I'm saying. For this first episode, we just want to just get settled into the Premier League, just test out our new formation, our new tactics, see what type of football team we want to be on the pitch. We're going to discuss more what type of football team we are off the pitch in later episodes. But I honestly feel like these press conferences, they're a bit interesting. But as a guy who's played career mode for a bit of time, I might be a young person, guys, but I've been playing FIFA career mode since like FIFA 17, FIFA 16. I'd say FIFA 17 probably would have been the best career mode experience. But I don't know, as a younger person also, I kind of enjoy the FIFA 22 career mode experience. Let's just say it's better to have something fresh from like FIFA 20 and all that. Maybe that's why I probably enjoy FIFA 22 career mode as much as I do. But anyway, I'm going a bit off topic. It's time to get into the Liverpool game, and a player that is going to be focused on is Rodrigo, one of the new signings, one of the more high-profile signings, trading in Real Madrid for Project London. I felt like this signing was a little bit unrealistic, but at the same time, it's a bit realistic. I mean, Rodrigo doesn't get that much good playing time at Real Madrid, in my opinion. He's definitely a wonder kid that can definitely be just at the same level as Vinicius if he is given the time and if he is doing his part as well. So I felt like sending him to Project London, the richest team in football, a team that is a very promising project, a team that could definitely challenge for like a European spot in their first season, is definitely seems like a move that Rodrigo would make if it was possible in real life. But you guys can let me know down below if you think the signing was realistic. But anyway, we do get underway against Liverpool. We have a bit of history against them. Fabinho, he takes a chance, he scores it on the rebound. Unfortunately, Hutchinson couldn't save the second opportunity. But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Liverpool is definitely going to be a rival for us in this series. I mean, they did embarrass us at home in the last season, and then we really did fight and battle them at Anfield in the last season as well. They did knock us out of the Carabao Cup 8-4 on aggregate. So of course we wouldn't really lie down, we wouldn't really let this be a 1-0. We were still going to fight. I mean, they did score early, that did kind of bring down morale a little bit, but there was still a load of football left to play. And we are definitely one of the teams that are deadly on the counter-attack, but that's if we can actually win the ball in defense. We were a bit lucky not to concede there, but thankfully we didn't concede there. Rodrigo just showcasing his pace, but unfortunately Karim Adeyemi was offside. And Liverpool had another opportunity inside the box. They just cutting the ball back. I think that's second cutback of the game so far from Liverpool. They're really trying to take advantage of wingers like Salah and Mane, which I honestly wouldn't blame them for doing because they are quite pacey wingers. Mendes definitely isn't beating Salah to a race, and I don't think Clifford can beat Mane in a race as well. So I honestly wouldn't blame Liverpool for trying to exploit our fullbacks, although it is a bit annoying, I won't lie. I mean, so far, 25th minute, it's been an even game. It's been a bit back and forth. That is the type of game you have when you play against a team like Liverpool that presses really high and sends loads of numbers forward. I feel like that is the game plan that we are taking into this match. We're just trying to soak in all of that pressure and go on the counter-attack like we did just now. Ryan Gravenberch's pass doesn't quite come off. He tries to receive Ethan Barlow's pass, but unfortunately not quite good enough to get the pass. But again, we also add our own type of pressure. We're keeping the ball for a little bit. Karim Adeyemi gives it to Sessegnon. Sessegnon can just release it for Gravenberch, and Gravenberch can tuck it away, bottom right hand corner, and he is the one to score the first Premier League goal of our season. Now honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Ryan Gravenberch has definitely been a really good signing for Project London. I mean, like, he's definitely a goal scoring midfielder, the type of midfielder I want as a goal scorer, someone who can make runs along with Sessegnon. Basically, the thing I want with the 4-3 attack is just a formation that overwhelms the defensive line, and at the same time a formation that can get back really quick, remain very narrow to avoid cutback situations. But sometimes you can't have a perfect formation. We do find ourselves on the attack again. I feel like I might have taken a bit too long to shoot with Ethan Barlow. Probably could have taken it first time, and probably could have put in a bit more power to hit it near post, but unfortunately we can't really turn back time now, can we? Now Ryan Sessegnon did try to take a shot from long range, but it didn't amount to much. Had another opportunity to shoot, gets taken down just outside the box. I mean, you'll see where the referee actually puts the ball down. That was really close to being a penalty. Now you would say you would feel that we got robbed, but when you got a player like Ethan Barlow to step up and take a free kick 18 yards, it's basically a free shot. He should be scoring that, and that's exactly what he does. It's a perfect free kick, giving us those vibes of Lionel Messi scoring a free kick against Alisson as well. Not the exact same recreation of the free kick, but it does bring back memories. At number 10 scoring against Alisson from the free kick spot, it definitely brings back some memories. But yeah, just before halftime, to take the lead against Liverpool as a new club that fans are expecting to either fight against relegation or to remain in the mid-table just to try to settle into the Premier League for the first season. which is something that I personally think that we're going to do this season. We're not really going to be finishing in the top 6. We're definitely going to be there or there, like higher mid-table, but only time will tell on how far we can go this season. But so far in the first game, to be beating Liverpool, probably a team that won the Carabao Cup, I didn't really check, and they're probably the team that won the Premier League last season. The way they did not win the Premier League last season, they don't have the golden badge. But yeah, Liverpool is a really strong team, probably one of the best teams in Europe, probably the best team in Europe right now. And to be leading 2-1 against them, it's definitely a good thing. But unfortunately, this lead would be tested really soon at the start of the second half. Ryan Gravenberch taking in a very risky tackle. It was a tough one. It was a tough one for the young midfielder. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to get punished no matter who you are. If you make a bad tackle, you gotta get punished. Mohamed Salah to step up to take it, and it's perfectly placed into the top left-hand corner. I feel like at the same time it's one of those penalties, even if we dived the right way, it wouldn't really have gone in, honestly, because that's such a perfect penalty, just such a perfect placement on his left foot into the top left-hand corner with power. If Hutchinson did dive the right way, I don't think he was saving that. But yeah, we move on. Liverpool in the 55th minute, they took control again. They were a bit more dominant in the start of the second half. But you know our team, we're a bit more solid in defense. Shaw, one of the lower rated players in the defense, maybe someone we might replace, but at the same time he is our captain, so I'm not really thinking of replacing him. But yeah, we're on the counter-attack once more. Unfortunately, Barlow's shot does get blocked by Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool has their turn to go on their own counter-attack, just try to go fast-paced, which is exactly what they do, but we've kind of been able to slow it down a little bit. Sadio Mane gets slipped in a pass, tries to cut it back for Diogo Jota, but Shaw, a player that I was talking about, our captain and one of the lower-rated defenders, he is there to just deal with it, just be solid in the back. And unfortunately, back and forth does end for a little bit, but it would return in the 65th minute. Rodrigo just a bit of dribbling outside, beating his man, and unfortunately Virgil van Dijk again making such a huge defensive effort, such a huge interception. And Hutchinson is able to make a save on a shot from Mohamed Salah, which was really powerful. He has definitely kept us in this one. Now, I did want to sub off Ryan Gravenberch because I didn't really want to risk him getting a red card. I had a feeling that I was going to make one more bad tackle with him, just a slight feeling, And yeah, I mean, like, this goal here, guys, I don't know what you guys are going to say about it. At first, I wanted to cross it in. I wanted Adeyemi to try it with a header. It didn't really work out that well for the hitting opportunity, of course, but a bit of miscommunication from Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, who've both had pretty good games, has led to Karim Adeyemi just being there, snapping up an opportunity and taking a simple tap-in. Liverpool were not happy with conceding like that. They definitely weren't, but Hutchinson, again, he was there to just block a shot from Sadio Mane. As you saw there, we did try to bring on Fry, and again, just a bit of miscommunication in the back from us as well. Just sloppiness in the back has led to Liverpool getting another penalty. And it's Salah again in the 80th minute. This time, we dive the right way, but again, it's just one of those penalties where it's been put with such good placement and power that even if we dive the right way, we're probably not going to save it. And that is a bit unfortunate for Hutchinson not to save that, because I honestly felt like that should have been a save, honestly, but nah. Salah's penalty is just too good, a bit too high for Hutchinson there. And now this game could have a dramatic ending, as Liverpool were the first ones to have their try at getting the late game winner in the 88th minute. But then we would carry it forward. We would bring it forward on the counter-attack. One last counter-attack. Cook, the super sub. Actually, not Cook. Moss was the super sub. But yeah, Cook was able to give it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo able to cut inside. Gave it to Barlow. Tried to take a real tight angle. Tried to take those types of shots. Luckily, Nuno Mendes was there to pick things up. And Fry, the super sub, the tall 6'3" target man, is able to score a goal in the last minute. In the 90th minute against Liverpool at Anfield. And just like that, Project London has shocked the system in the Premier League to beat Liverpool, one of the title contenders and a team that could be considered the best team in the world, has just gone down to Project London thanks to one man, probably two men, maybe even three men. But the man who is going to be in the newspapers is definitely going to be Charles Fry. He is the one who gets the finishing touch in this game. 1 goal in 1 match. What a way to start it. Number 11, Charles Fry gets himself on the score sheet. And just like that, it's good game, it's GG's. And Project London does walk away with the victory this time out. It was definitely a tight game. It was one of those games where both teams deserved to win it. I mean, at the same time, yes, we had the more clear-cut chances. But at the same time, Liverpool's defense was actually really solid. And even them, there were a few times where they could have scored, but just a bit of bad luck did go against them. And another thing that we are going to talk about is just our new signings as well. I feel like Rodrigo was definitely doing really well in that match. And Nuno Mendes as well, he did put in a good cross for Charles Fry. I guess the only signing that didn't really impact as well as I was hoping, they weren't really utilized as much, was probably Ryan Sessegnon. But he was also good in that match. He did give Ryan Gravenberch an assist. But then again, if you're trying to get what I'm saying, like, he's not the type of player I went to a lot in that match. He wasn't involved in the highlights as much as someone like Rodrigo was, or Gravenberch was, or Adeyemi was. But anyway, we are going to move on to the Tottenham game directly after the Liverpool game. And this would be the last game of the episode. I did want to keep the episode to 2 games. It's not a shorter episode. It's definitely longer than the usual episodes. But yeah, I want to keep it at 2 games for now. Next episode might probably be 3 or 4 games. If it's 4, then we will be moving into the January transfer window in the episode after that. But if it's 3, I feel like it's just going to be the rest of the 3 in this month. We're just going to close off the transfer window in the next episode. And then the episode after that, we're going to make it into the January transfer window again, even if it is 3. Honestly, I feel like I'm confusing you guys with this. We'll just see what happens, okay? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. The match is underway against Tottenham Hotspurs. It's our first home game at Project Park in the Premier League. And we just try to go out here to impress the fans. And Sessegnon does have an early opportunity, but unfortunately he couldn't quite finish it. Son able to just flick it over our player there, but we were able to deal with it nice and easy. On the counter attack once more, Rodrigo cuts it inside for Sessegnon again. 2 chances for Ryan. You can't say it's his fault for not scoring them because the defense has been really solid. But then at the same time, when you concede a goal against Harry Kane, when you know that you could have taken the lead before Tottenham, it does get a bit frustrating. It does make you want to point fingers at someone. But honestly, I'm not going to be pointing fingers at Ryan Sessegnon. I still feel like he needs a bit of time to settle in his new position, in his new team as well. He has to settle to 2 new environments, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. But yeah, Tottenham did score a goal here. It is 1-0 for Tottenham. And we would try to answer back Karim Adeyemi with an opportunity. Hugo Lloris, though, making a double save, saving Adeyemi's opportunity and saving Gravenberch's opportunity as well. I think it was Gravenberch. However, Tottenham would go on the attack once more, getting bailed out by Hutchinson once more. I feel like Hutchinson is just going to be a very important goalie for us. Bails us out again. It was a good shot from Lucas Moura, but an even better save. Harry Kane on the ball gives it to Lo Celso, and our defense is a bit more suspect again. We're just so shaky in defense nowadays in the Premier League, and Son makes us pay for that. Son does punish us, and at the same time, it is a good pass from Tottenham Hotspurs, but still, that should have been defended a little bit better. We did try to go on the attack, but unfortunately, they did counter-attack us, and they scored once more. I mean, 3-0 down at this point. I mean, there's nothing much that we can do. I even tried to change the formation to like a 4-4-2, and I brought on Fry and took off Sessegnon because I felt like Sessegnon just wasn't it for us in this match. Didn't feel like he was playing the way he should have been, so I brought on Fry for him, switched it to the 4-4-2, just to hopefully just try to salvage something, just to make a miracle comeback. But I think that hope did die when Perry did score that goal. But of course, a player like Karim Adeyemi, a goal scorer who's hungry for goals, did decide to just take control here, score a goal, just get himself a souvenir from this one, to make sure Tottenham doesn't just walk away with a clean sheet. I mean, it's an amazing strike, it's a great strike, but unfortunately, it doesn't really affect the outcome that much. Whether we score 2 goals or 3 goals, as long as Tottenham had more goals than us, we're still gonna walk away from here with 0 points, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean that we should really forget about Karim Adeyemi's finish. That is a great finish. To be hitting it on such a tight angle and to be hitting it into the top left-hand corner like that does take some special talent. So unfortunately, this is where the episode ends. 1 win against Liverpool and one very embarrassing loss in front of the home fans against Tottenham. I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. We're going to be carrying on next episode, and we're definitely going to be closing off the transfer window.